In a world of increasing mental health challenges, psychology and faith can both provide tools for healing and wellness. This is the idea behind Journey on My Mind. Each episode, our panel of pastors and therapists sit down together to share their experiences and insights on the modern world's mental health issues: depression, loneliness, aging, addiction, and so much more. Join us now as we explore what it means to thrive at the complex intersection of spirit and psychology.
Okay. Well, welcome to A Journey on My Mind. Here we are, back with just the three of us.
Once again.
New hat?
Not too new.
Okay.
I
Where's your hat again, Dave? Oh, that's right. We don't let you wear hats.
No.
Yep. You don't.
My
look
head
good.
doesn't let me wear hats.
That's what it is. And
It's a little tiny, pea brain.
yeah. Okay.
Just a nugget of a head.
Oh, great. What's
Doesn't
that
look good with
say
that.
about me?
How
and
was
Kevin?
how was your time in New York? Yeah.
Great.
Great.
One of our best.
We
We loved it.
Lots
Saw
of
4
shows.
shows.
Which ones
one
were they
weekend.
again?
So I'll say in the order we watched them,
Okay.
and then I'll say what my favorite was.
Okay.
Oh Mary.
Oh,
which
Mary.
is super funny and good.
Yeah.
But I'm not recommending it to the general audience.
Okay.
because-
All right.
Is it based on the movie All About Mary?
No, it's based on
Something
Mary
about
Todd Lincoln.
Oh.
Okay, all right.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Let's just say it's a little on the crude side,
Oh,
Yeah.
well.
but very
You know,
funny.
Okay.
Mary was,
Then we saw Death Becomes Her, which is musical
Mm-hmm.
and was fun.
Okay.
I don't think it was great, but I think it was fun.
So
Then we saw Art, which had Neil Patrick Harris,
Oh, wow.
James Corden, and Bobby Cannavale.
Wow.
Only the 3 of them, one set, those 3 guys
Wow.
all play.
Wow.
Very good. And
Yeah.
then we saw the Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, and that was the best of the 4.
Was it a
Really?
musical?
Because, no, it was, the production values are just off the chart.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely need to see it.
Okay.
If you
Okay.
like a good show, that's a good one.
Okay.
Or I would say if you're a Harry Potter fan.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
If you're not,
Do you need an exorcism when you leave?
well, you might.
According
might,
to the
yeah.
theology I grew up under.
Oh, okay.
Sam will perform it for you.
They have a priest standing out there. You over here.
Thanks for asking, but it was
Yeah.
good.
That's awesome.
It was. We had a great time. We saw. You know how if you've ever been to New York in the Christmas time, they have all the storefronts with just amazing things. So that's really fun.
That's
too. I
awesome.
do that.
Yeah.
New York and the
New York and
Christmas,
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah. Been there a few times for that.
Yeah.
Last year, actually, I was there for Christmas.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
We'll be
and
diving.
so, well, we're glad you're back.
I'm glad to be back.
And so here we go. We're going to talk a little bit about what would we call this? Negative thinking?
Yeah. Patterns
Okay.
of negative thinking.
Patterns of negative thinking.
Okay.
Not that any of us have any of that.
No.
That is not a problem.
So this is what I'm going to do.
Oh, great.
What I'm going to do is ask you. I've got 10 patterns of negative thinking that we're going to do in a minute.
Oh.
Can we do this almost like quiz form, or
Sure.
do you want to not be that self-revealed?
I don't care.
You don't care.
Yeah, we can quiz
Yeah,
us.
you can quiz.
All right,
Yeah,
excellent.
we're not proud.
Sweet. No, we're good. We're good. Okay, so before we get into it,
Okay.
this comes from the psychology tradition of cognitive therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Or cognitive behavior therapy.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that's the tradition that this comes from.
Yep.
I would say this fits very well within Christian faith tradition
Yeah.
about
It's probably what I've known the most about.
how you think influences all kinds of things.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus taught about this all the time about
Yep.
how your thoughts influence your
Yeah.
character and what you do and how you relate and all those kinds of things. It's very consistent.
Yeah.
This is one of those things where a lot of times you'll hear people say psychology is at odds with faith.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I would argue not at all.
Yeah, I
Right.
agree.
But this is one of those ways where I think we can look at this from a psychology point of view, but also how congruent it is about the mind and the life of the mind and
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah. Love it.
Sure.
So here's the idea.
Okay.
In cognitive therapy, and we're going to make this practical for everybody.
Great.
In cognitive therapy, the idea is that a thought leads to an emotion, which then leads to more negative thought,
Yep.
which and so on.
And
Now,
also leads to behavior ultimately.
right, ultimately how you act.
Yep.
So for example, you might have a thought about, oh, those people there don't like me. That might make you either depressed or anxious. That thought leads to more
negative
depressed
thoughts.
and then
becomes secular.
it loops.
Yeah.
Right. It keeps going. That's the idea. And that the part of your head that you have the most control over is more thought than emotion. In other words, sometimes you have a feeling and you don't have a ton of control over having the feeling, but the part that we have more conscious control or is the thought part. That's the basis for cognitive therapy, is that we can take a thought and we can see it and then begin to attack it or modify it or whatever.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, totally.
Right. So there is a long tradition in cognitive therapy of identifying patterns of negative thinking. Now, this is not, you may see a list like this with other things on it. We have 10 things. This is not like off Mount Sinai. Like these things are the 10 negative thought patterns. These are 10, almost like a top 10 list, but there are other ones.
Okay.
So we're going to go through them.
All right.
And we're going to do a little self
evaluation
appraisal.
Do we need a pen?
You don't.
Okay.
No, we'll just do
talk
it.
through them.
Oh, he even got a right place to write my name. I have a
if you
negative
want to.
thought already.
About your name. Okay. So, and play along at home too, friends. So we're going to go over 10. I'm going to say what the term is or the title is, and then I'm going to describe it.
Okay.
And then what I want you to do is think about whether that's not true or just very rarely true, or whether that's kind of like, I do that, from time to time, or I do that all the time.
Okay.
That's really how you're going to think about it.
Gotcha.
Okay. And you can be as self-disclosing or not as you want to be.
I'm
Sam,
gonna
you're,
be straight.
you're an open book, brother.
I'll tell you what's going on. Yeah.
All right. So the first one is called all or nothing thinking. Sometimes this is called black and white thinking.
Yep.
Sometimes this is the kind of thinking that is, I'm either doing great or I'm doing terribly, or this person is amazing or they're awful, or this situation or this job. It's either this or it's this. It's very little in between.
Right.
It's very like polarized thinking. It's either this or this, with yourself, with another person, with a situation. All right.
Yeah.
Go for it.
I would say for me that's not true.
Not true.
I would say it's somewhat true.
Somewhat true. Okay.
Can I ask a clarifying question there?
All questions must be submitted in writing.
Okay. Never mind then.
No, go ahead.
email?
No.
Through email.
Because
through the portal.
You might have clarified this, but it depends on what it is.
Okay.
Too. So it might be if it's something about me or something, So okay. All right. So I would say somewhat.
Do you want to elaborate on that then?
I think sometimes in my view of myself, I'll get in that way, kind of all or nothing. I either
like I'm doing great,
I killed it, or it was awful.
Is that also true with performance things and
it can be
with music?
It can be, yeah. And I think of that somewhat as a place maybe that rooted out of too. So
okay,
yeah.
All right, gotcha. Second one, overgeneralization. That's an idea that one negative thing means a never-ending pattern of defeat. Like this happened, and that's what always happens. This is sort of like this thing is representative of this never-ending bad thing.
Right. I'm a Viking fan, so I have to say somewhat true. You find yourself, it snowballs a little bit on you. I'm a Twins fan too. It's the same thing. It just kind of, this is the way it's always going to be.
Yeah.
I have a sweatshirt that says, just before I die, could you win one championship? So,
besides that,
beside that,
sports stuff, like just in life, personal things like that.
I generally don't overgeneralize.
Yeah,
I don't.
I would say not true. Typically for me either.
All right.
I don't overgeneralize.
So if you're at home, you're playing along.
Yep.
Mental filter. Mental filter is, let's say over the last few days, 10 things happened.
Which did. So go ahead.
I'm sure they did.
Yeah. Yep.
And let's say 9 of them are either good or neutral.
Okay.
And one of them was bad.
Okay.
Your mind gets stuck on the bad thing way more than all the other stuff combined. Like, in other words, you see or get stuck on the negative thing almost to the exclusion of the positive things.
Somewhat true of me.
Somewhat true.
Yeah, I would say somewhat true.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a tendency to dismiss positive things.
Mm-hmm.
and
that's the idea.
And try to fix the negative things.
Yeah, the next one's a little bit closer to what you just said. But you're on the right track.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I'm much more likely to dwell on the negative thing because I'm trying to fix it.
Got it.
Yeah,
yeah.
If I can. If I can't, I'll dismiss it pretty quick. But if it feels like something I contributed to or something it's ultimately I see that mental filter as how I ended up going to therapy.
Because it was at all these bad things in my life, and it's hard to even see the good stuff, even though there was good stuff.
Lots of good stuff, but and also I saw, it was hard.
Yeah,
got it. You want to elaborate?
I mean, I'm kind of thinking along the same lines. For me, I think when there's something that's negative, it'll grab my attention because I want to make that right or fix it, you know?
Yep.
And when I can't, it depends on who and what it is. Sometimes it's harder for me to set that down than it is other things I can just let go pretty quick. So, yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. Next one, discounting the positives.
Yeah.
Discounting the positives are, let's say someone gives you good feedback. You're really good at your job, good sermon, great show, you seem really smart, whatever it might be. That there's a tendency to downplay that in your head, where you're like, they're just being nice, or they don't really know, or they don't have a good basis to judge, or it's not that you never have a positive thought. It's more that when people give that kind of feedback, it's easily discounted.
Like it's hard to receive that.
Yes.
Or whatever. Okay.
Yeah, that's very true of me.
Very true.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll come back to that.
I would say not true for me. Yeah.
You're able to take it all.
I love it.
Good.
I mean, I love affirmation and that, and so I don't think that's true for me.
All right. You want to elaborate?
Yeah, it's the voice in my head that I fight. It is the voice of an influence of my father, of telling me that there was nothing good I could do. There was.
And did he say that out loud?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a voice, a really loud voice, that says, if somebody gives me a compliment, the voice says, yeah, but they don't really know. They don't really know.
Yeah.
Or they're being nice.
Yeah. They're just, you're an imposter.
Yeah.
They're patronizing you.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
All right. Mind reading. Mind reading is where you assume that people are talking bad about you.
Bad about you. Okay.
Lots of ways we could frame that.
Negatively about you. Judging you.
Yeah. Even though there's no evidence of that.
Even though you don't know that that's true. You're just assuming it. You said they kind of had a funny look on their face, or you just assume or believe that they're probably judging you or talking badly about you.
Yeah.
You go first?
Oh, that's not true.
Not true.
No.
Okay.
I don't feel like that's true. I mean, maybe it's somewhere in between not true and somewhat true. Like it's even less than the
that's
somewhat,
fine. That would be not true.
Okay.
Just like if it's a rare,
I would
fleeting
say rare.
thing.
Yeah. That's fair.
And part of it is I don't really care. So. Yeah. If you get nothing better to do, talk smack
is
about
that
me.
a defense against the previous one? It is?
I think it is, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. We're getting to it.
Yeah, we're getting there.
All right. Next one. Playing along at home, I hope. Fortune telling. You arbitrarily predict things are going to turn out badly before they even happen. I'm going to go to this thing with a lot of people there that I don't know, and these people are going to,
Okay, outside of sports, right?
Yeah. Okay. This isn't. Yeah.
He's just thinking Vikings. Every question.
Yeah, this isn't Vikings. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have to retread the whole thing for Kevin.
I'm just making sure I've got the parameters right.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'll say it's not. I don't think that's true.
Not
for me.
true for you.
Not true.
Okay.
I can get caught in this. Part of it is I pray for God's intervention in ways that I see things playing out. I can see how things play out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they don't always play out that way, but most of the time I'm in the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, and so I get caught in this.
Okay.
It's not always true.
Yeah.
But I'm also learned to be patient, to watch things through without throwing stones or being judgmental. It's not a judgmental thing. It's more of a, that's not going to play out
like
well.
a preparation in your head thing.
Yeah.
Like you're preparing for the negative.
Yeah.
Or
that might be it. But it's not like I can see a natural disaster coming.
Yeah.
But I can look around me and see choices that people are making and go,
that could lead to,
that's not going to end well if you don't.
Well, I think that might be a little different.
Oh,
I do think it might be a little different.
Okay.
Because what fortune telling, and again, these are made up terms, right?
Yeah.
But what fortune telling is this sort of arbitrary, it's not going to work out. It's not more like, I've done this enough to see if you act that way, it will lead to bad things.
Oh, okay.
That's a different thing.
I do that all the time.
Right. But do you do it arbitrary? Like, is it the arbitrary, like, these things are just not going to work. I'm going to go to this social thing and it's going to be really awkward and weird. Or
I do that.
Look at me.
Okay.
Yeah, especially a social thing.
All right.
I'm
So there's a little bit
anticipating
of that.
awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not turning out well.
Really?
Yeah. So I do that sometimes.
Did you know that about Kevin?
I don't know. I don't usually experience him that way,
If
but
it's- I don't
either.
maybe he's done the wrestle before.
if it's new,
you know?
if it's a new environment or something,
Yeah.
I'm like that, and my anxiety ramps up, and
Okay.
I know this is going to turn out bad.
See, we would not know that.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Yeah.
So is that a frequent thing or is that a kind of in between?
In between.
All right. Magnification. Let's say something happens that for most people would be a 2 or a 3 on a 10 scale emotionally.
Yeah.
And for you, it might be a 7, 8, 9. It's just like the volume. It's like that is catastrophic. So something happens. We could come up with 1,000 examples.
Right. Yeah.
And other people would be like, on average, like, eh. And for you, it's like, oh man, it's like, boy, catastrophic.
I think for me, again, it depends on the what and who. So maybe sometimes.
Sometimes.
Only in competitive environments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How so?
If I'm playing, just as an example,
Pickleball.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Pickleball, and it's an open play, all variety of different talents out there and different things, and there's somebody there playing to win the Super Bowl.
That annoys you.
That takes me from a 1 to a 10.
Okay.
And I want to
Fight them.
All right. Now, okay, we're playing for money now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. And you whack, and I'll elevate. Where my wife says, "Well, calm down. We're just playing pickleball."
All right.
And I'll be like, "Nope, not anymore."
Okay. That may be an example of it. Because I usually don't think of that with like anger or frustration, but it could be.
Yeah.
I usually think of that meaning things around
Fear.
like fear, anxiety, catastrophe, things like that.
No,
I don't usually experience Kevin that way.
I'm usually really calm in the moments of
Stress.
when people need people to be calm.
Yeah.
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 Sweet. All right. Should statements. This is where you criticize yourself with all the things you should have done or shouldn't have done or should have said or shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
In psychology, one of the
Yeah.
guys who founded this idea says, you're shoulding all over yourself.
Yeah. I think I should all over myself a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is very true of me.
Yeah, I would
Very
say,
true.
I would say, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I'll say very true.
Okay.
Yeah. I have regrets.
Yeah.
Got it. All right. And then 2 more.
Okay.
Labeling. Let's say you make a mistake and in your mind, it's not, I did something wrong. It's like, this is a reflection of me. It's your identity. In other words, it's not, I made a mistake. It's, I'm an idiot. I'm a loser. I'm a bad person. I'm a whatever. It's a tendency to label yourself with that.
I would, somewhat true.
All right.
Yeah. I would say that that's definitely a voice in my head.
A loud voice, like a,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. Loud enough where I have to combat it.
Got it. Okay. And then last one is personalization and blame. You blame yourself for something you weren't entirely responsible for, something that other people did that you felt like you should be able to have controlled, something that was outside of your sphere of influence or scope of responsibility, but you tend to take on responsibility and blame for that.
Yeah. I would say for me, I think that used to be very true, and I don't think it's very true anymore. I would say maybe somewhat.
All right.
Yeah.
I definitely do that. I'd say it's between somewhat true and very true.
All right.
If the scale could be a little more friendly.
I know. I wish we had more options.
I agree with you, though. It's something I've become aware of that I do, that I've tried not to do.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
that goes back to why I was in therapy, too.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. So if you're listening at home, you probably
want to switch churches.
Yeah. Right at this point, you're
care pastor and lead pastor there.
You started looking at websites of other churches.
That's so true. That's funny.
Yeah. Not true. Well, okay.
I'm out of here. So I'm going to say them just real quick so that people can, in their head, go, okay, this one, because now we're going to talk about what do you do about this?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
So all or nothing thinking, overgeneralization, mental filter, discounting the positives, mind reading, fortune telling, magnification, should statements, labeling, and personalization and blame.
Yep.
That's it. Now, there are other ones that we could have on a list, so that's a good top 10.
Okay.
Now, let's talk about what to do about this. Before I give any thoughts on your own, not even about what to do, but just about that exercise.
Yeah.
Any thoughts about it?
Do I have any?
Yeah, about this.
It's interesting because some of them I'm more aware of than others. Like some of them, I know are a wrestle, and then others, it depends on this context, maybe the situation. So yeah, it's kind of all over the place in there for me. In some of these, yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, I think this is just life. Conditioning from the people around me, conditioning from that I've learned was conditioning. It isn't a real thing, and so I actually studied cognitive behavior and therapy for a little bit, and identified several of those things. But I just think it's an awareness problem that I didn't see that. So it's almost like a blindness to it.
Yeah. And that's actually one of the toughest types of thinking is called meta cognition, which means thinking about your thinking.
Yeah.
And that's what we're getting ready to talk about. Yeah. It's like, how do you think about your thinking? Like, I'm having thoughts about my thoughts.
Yeah.
Strange. All right. So these things are usually in a category that we call automatic thoughts.
Okay.
Right.
Like right now, I'm having deliberate thoughts where I'm looking at my sheet and some notes and I'm going, okay, I want to talk about this ... That's more of an intentional thought.
Yeah.
An automatic thought is a thought that just whips through the back of your head.
Yeah.
So here's my analogy. Let's say we all got together. We're going to watch the Vikings.
I'm sorry.
That's not happening.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
That is not happening. I can tell.
I'm sorry, guys.
The Chiefs. No? The
Colts.
Same. Okay.
Colts.
So we're going to watch a game.
Okay.
And the game's here. And then at the bottom, there's a little ticker that has all the information about who's on injured reserve, who became a free agent, who joined the offensive coaching squad, whatever. It's all there. We are maybe spending, 2% of our time looking at that, but we know everything that's on it. We know the scores from the other games. We know sometimes it pops up here, but
but you're not really paying attention.
But you're not sitting there just studying that little ticker tape. You're just watching the game majority of the time, and that little thing is right there.
But we know at it.
All of it. And that's how to think about your brain, is that the TV represents the consciousness of our head, of the things that we're aware of. Like right now we're sitting here talking on a podcast. Edwin's over there
listening to music
or playing a game or something.
Minesweeper, I haven't seen that forever.
Angry Birds, a lot of Angry Birds going on. Like that's what we're aware of.
Okay.
But then like there may be a little thing that darts through the back of our head. These kinds of things are in that category.
Okay.
So they happen just like that.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And then what happens is, so let's take a social situation. We're getting ready to go to a social situation.
Great.
We didn't know that you were more anxious about that than, and so you have a thought that maybe isn't in the front of your head, but it's like, this is going to be awkward, or I hope I don't come across weirdly, or something, whatever it might be.
I don't know what to say.
Thought, and then you find yourself being anxious. And then you're like, why am I anxious? Oh, it's because I'm worried about this. And then we get in the loop.
Yep.
That's it.
You see where I'm going with this?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the trick, and this seems like very lightweight recommendation, but a lot of the heavy lifting is going to happen with what I'm getting ready to say.
Okay.
And that is to get good at noticing that thought or that voice in an entirely non-judgmental way, just like an observer, just like a reporter or a scientist. You're not sitting there judging it. Oh, I'm still doing that, or I wish I weren't doing that, or why am I doing it? It's just like it's just a phenomenon that happened in your head. Thoughts are just phenomenon. They don't They don't have to be like. This doesn't have to be true.
Right.
If I think I'm going to be awkward or I don't know what to say, it doesn't mean I'm going to have a bad time or I'm going to be awkward. Doesn't mean that. It means you had the thought about that.
Right.
Can I ask a question here?
Yes.
You might be heading this way.
Go.
But do we tend to like grab hold of those then and bring them into our...
Yes.
Is that the process?
Right. So the automatic thought back here, then we feel that twinge of emotion, and then we're like, what's that about? We bring it up to the front. We're like, oh,
we put our energy
here we
there.
go. Now another thing that I'm going to get really awkward and feel bad about, whatever it might be.
Okay.
Or,
public embarrassment.
Right. And it could be like, for example, this happens a lot with performers. You might have a good show, but there might be one misstep.
100%.
And then you 1,000 times play that over. Right?
Yes.
And maybe 98% of the people,
most people never know,
knew,
have
or
no
noticed
idea
it or whatever, right? But for you, it's like, oh, I'm stuck on that thing.
Yeah,
because that started with that automatic thought that then evoked an emotion that then comes to the front part of your head that then becomes sticky.
Right.
Wow.
That's it. So
we're giving it a path. We're giving it a path.
Right. Yeah. And then we bring it to life. We animate it.
Crazy.
So the thing is, we can't make these automatic thoughts not be in our head.
Okay.
Right? I mean, you don't go, I am never going to have a thought of, I'm going to be awkward in a social situation.
Nope.
Never. You can't evaporate those thoughts.
Yeah. Right.
But
so we just accept.
You can catch
but
those
that's
suckers.
it. That's what we want to do.
Yeah.
So you want to go like, oh, I just saw it, and now I'm not judging it.
Yep.
That's the key part.
Yeah.
Like I can't emphasize that enough.
Yep.
You're not catching it and then judging it, or catching it and then judging yourself.
Right.
Or getting discouraged. You're just like, I'm just like a little scientist here who caught a phenomenon. I'm a little reporter. I have had a client a while ago that worked for a major news outlet as a reporter, and when there was some riots back a few years ago, he was embedded. I think I may have even shared this one time. In those, that was his
assignment.
Wow.
He actually got hurt at one point.
I believe it.
Yeah,
wow.
That's part. Yeah. And his job was not to say, "Hey guys, stop," or to go, "Why is this happening?" or or to reason with people. He's just in it, observing,
like a neutral observer,
right?
In that.
To report what's happening.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the posture you want to take with these thoughts.
Okay, so basically the same posture I take with life. Got it.
Really, just a neutral floating along. Yeah. Here I am, just eating my Fruit Loops and just No, but that's the idea.
Yeah.
I know that sounds lightweight. It's really important.
No, that doesn't.
It doesn't sound lightweight.
So tell me why you think. I'm going to give you my thought about why I think that works, or is the foundation for what comes next. But any thoughts about it?
It can lose its power.
Perfect.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, "Take every thought captive and make it
keep
obedient to Christ."
Mm-hmm.
There is this idea that if I can bring it to the light and I can honestly see it, then I can see the fallacy of it, or the wrong thinking of it, or
and that comes next.
Okay,
that's where we're going.
Yeah. So I think this is, but it's really hard to catch those things,
right,
in their infancy.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think sometimes it's even hard. As I'm thinking about, like, identifying which ones I should that should become important, or which ones are just those, because
it's a steady
kind of things I can ignore. Yeah.
Yep.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that's it. Yeah. All what you said is, so we have this thought. If we get really good at having this posture toward the thoughts are just thoughts, not like, oh no,
not bad or good.
They're not bad.
In that
Right.
way,
Right. They're just
neutral
thoughts.
in that way.
And then we have them, and then and they can be negative.
Right.
They can take us to a negative, but they're not. We don't have to judge the thought.
Okay.
We don't have to try to stop having the thought. We allow the thought to come into our head, and then we go, oh, I see it. So like I made some notes for you, Kevin, for example, you'd be like working on,
you need help
discounting the positives, right?
Yeah, right.
Like I tend to downplay positive feedback or should statements or should statements for you too.
Yeah.
Those would be the kinds of things that you'd be like, okay, let me just be on sort of in a posture of awareness, and I notice it. And what will happen is when you do that, you'll think you're doing it more.
Yeah.
Right? Because you're becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
You're thinking,
Right.
I'm having this way more than I used to.
Right.
No, you're not. It's the same.
It's the same.
But now you're noticing it.
Right.
So I would just practice like a good several days or week of just going, oh, there it was. Oh, very like curious.
Yeah.
That's, that's a theme that
it's my
it comes
theme
up.
in life.
Right. So you become curious about your own thoughts.
Yeah, one of the best things that I did was say out loud some of the should-haves that dwell in my mind.
That's it. So then you just notice it, observe it. Then after you feel like you're good at that, then you can begin to start the pushback. And the idea is this is living in the back of your head. It's not fully rational. It might seem rational, but it's not fully.
Well, yeah, I know.
Right?
Right.
Then you bring it up to the front of your head, and then the front part of your head can engage it around like, what's the evidence for that?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
What is true? What are other interpretations of that? I always have this line in my head that I use for myself is, what's the most generous interpretation?
Oh, that's cool. That's really good.
It doesn't mean the generous interpretation is correct.
Right.
It just means I had this view of the situation of let's say, these people don't like me or they're judging me because they kind of, when I started talking, they kind of looked at each other weird or they turned away or whatever. Let's say. Okay. My interpretation of that is they don't like me. They're judging me. What's the most generous interpretation of that? Well,
they had gas.
Or that they were in the middle of another part of the conversation that they want to continue.
Right.
Or I'm reading their facial expressions
wrong,
incorrectly. Or right. And you start generating other possibilities rather than assume that your negative interpretation is correct.
Right.
Correct.
And that's a really good thing in relationships too. With a spouse, partner, with your own kid. It's like, it's easy for us to impose an interpretation on our partner's actions or whatever.
Right.
It's harder to go, what's a different interpretation? What's a more generous interpretation of that?
That's interesting, because that is, I think you're just talking in marriage. I feel like that is the hardest.
That's it.
At times to
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To give that grace or to give that neutrality in that thought too,
Yeah, especially when you're convinced you're right.
Right.
And that's what I would say is, it doesn't mean you're not right. You might be right. Like maybe you're like,
I read that right.
Yeah. But just doing that process allows you to entertain the possibility that there's this, like, wouldn't we all be better if we were all better at that? As a church community, as a
100%.
country, we're quick to go like, I got this figured out and this person is this way because of this. There's the principle in psychology that we always tend to think our motives are very complex and other people's motives are very simple.
Yeah.
So we are like, well, here's the reason I acted like this is because of these things and I had stress about this. When other people, it's like, oh, they're just selfish or they're just right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the work that starts, but let me back up a step again.
Okay, back up.
You want to get good at the catching it in a non-judgmental.
I think that's the hardest part.
That's it. That's what I want you to leave this with.
It's just an
today.
acknowledgement of that thought came through.
Yep.
Is that the idea? Yeah.
And I'm not saying it's good, bad, right, or wrong. I'm just saying I had the thought.
The thought came
and I'm
through.
curious about the thought.
Okay, got it.
And then you can start thinking about like, oh, in these situations, I tend to have that thought.
Yeah. And in the origins of those thoughts are not necessarily who you are.
Right.
They're not generated because of, but otherwise, I mean, some of them are planted through conditioning.
Oh, and life experiences,
right?
Family of origin,
right?
I mean, you said something earlier today. It's like there's no way that if you get certain messages from your parent that you're free of that when you're an adult, where that voice is somewhere in your head.
Yeah. Right. Yep.
Right. Even if you're like, you've done a lot of work on it, there's still that voice
still
going
there.
like,
right.
Well, why would he say that?
You can tame it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the point. Is like, you can get to a place where the thought might occur. The goal here is not to stop having any of these negative thoughts. They just happen automatically.
Right.
And we give them so much power.
Right.
We want to remove the power from.
That's exactly where I feel like is we want to allow the thought, allow the emotion that it might spur or spark, but then do a different thing with it rather than now we're stuck on it. Now we're assuming it. Now we're whatever.
Yeah. And that's where faith comes in too.
100%.
Faith is a big part of that. You compare it to how God sees you and how he reacts to you. So,
and this, from a faith standpoint, we've talked about this concept of like psychologically healthy people tend to be more spiritually healthy and vice versa. And so if you can get good at the navigating the psychological sort of the landscape of your head with all the thoughts, it actually makes your relationship with God more healthy, where you're not bringing in all these distortions or all this sort of family of origin stuff that you're imposing on God, or bad practices, or getting caught in sort of excessive shame and guilt and all that stuff.
Right.
So this helps our spiritual life, and our spiritual life, when it's healthy, helps this.
For sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Really good.
How about that?
That's amazing, Dave.
Something to chew on. Have a great, great new year.
Amen.
Amen.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Journey on My Mind. If you enjoyed it, please help us spread the word by leaving us a review and sharing it on your social media. Journey on My Mind is a production of Journey Church in Brentwood, Tennessee. Edwin Rivera III is the show's producer, with technical assistance from Randy Hansen. Grant Opperman edits the show. If you have a suggestion for a future topic or a question, you can text us at 615-861-9503. And if you would like to talk to someone about spiritual or mental health issues, you can email our care pastor, Sam Barnhart, at sam@journeytn.com.